Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, please subscribe. I'd really love that. If you're returning, how are you today? Well, kids, I guess it ain't over to the fat lady sings, huh? I don't know. There's going to be some pictures that I'm going to put at the end of this video. And it's, just something for you guys to, I guess, like reference to, okay? Russian President Putin signed a decree, okay, D-R-C-R-E-E, decree, calling for military duty of Russians in reserve. The document was posted on the official internet portal of legal information, and it comes into force from the date of publication. Now, I can't read Russian, so I can't read when the date of publication is, so don't come for me. In accordance with the decree, the government and regional authorities must ensure the implementation of activities related to the collection of such people. Now, this action is in addition to the normal spring conscription for military service, which also began in Russia on April 1st. The military plans to recruit 134,000 people for the spring conscription. Given the ongoing troubles brewing in Ukraine, with NATO intentionally adding fuel to that fire by supplying advanced weaponry to Ukraine, this call-up of Russian reserve military is a gigantic bad sign. Now, we thought it was over, because we heard, oh, they're pulling back. And I said, I said, you think they were pulling back? I said, but all he did was move pieces about. That was it. Okay. Now, like I said, the world, we kind of like sighed like a, right? And just last week, it was like a sigh of relief. And then Russia announced at the end of its military exercises along the Ukraine border and said troops would be returning to their bases. Well, the troops started returning, but the military hardware and tanks and blah, 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 blah stayed right where it was. So like I said, it was like a game of chess. All he did was move things around. He moved people around. That's all that was. The army, like the little hospital thing that he set up, that's still there. Everything is still there. It's not over. It really isn't. So if things get hot between Ukraine and Russia, they could just go right back, and everything's right there. So and I said that, So now they can return within hours. The hardware is still there. Everything is still right there. And they're like invasion ready. You know what I mean? So it's still right there. And it can all be done in less than a day. Now, as such, Penelope, yes, I see you. I love you. Okay. I have pointed out in like all the coverage that I've done in Russia that they were not withdrawing. They just moved things around. But it was mere making like a strategic relocation of troops, okay? Like a chess game. Just move people around. That's all he did. And they did this exact same thing in August of 2008 with the former Soviet state of Georgia. And I talked about that as well. Now, when troubles there erupted, the Russian army was able to return to their equipment and invade Georgia within 6 hours. So think about this. If they could invade Georgia within 6 hours, imagine how fast they can get to the Ukraine and do all that. And boom, 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 done. Literally, done. Because they left everything right there. Okay? Now, I pointed all of this out to you guys, okay, that it can happen in the Ukraine, and if it does, and NATO makes the foolish decision to involve themselves, which you know, I mean, I don't even have to say it, okay? You know. And we would have a massive war in Eastern Europe within hours. So that war could very well go nuclear because Russia would face overwhelming NATO forces and technology and could decide that using nukes early would halt NATO in its tracks rather than go through a war of, you know, all this. Russia might lose, but, you know, might. Keyword, might. If Russia were to use nukes, they could recover from it far better than we could. Because they've spent the last 20 years building nuclear shelters for their population. Do we have any? And I'm not talking about like the stuff that you see in movies. Do we have any? Think. I'll wait. Not for you or me, it is. For the elite. Do you have millions of dollars to buy your ticket into one of those places? No, you don't. I don't. But anyway, in those places, right? They have like food, water stored, you know, and medicines and vehicles, machine tools and stuff like that so they can rebuild afterwards. You know, whereas we in the West, we don't have any of that except for what the elite has. We don't, you know? And if this thing with the Ukraine goes hot, it could happen in lightning speed. So, and Turkey is apparently now forbidding NATO military aircraft from flying through Turkish Air Force base, Air Force. Thank you. Wow, you can tell I'm American, huh? Air Force. Hey, even though I'm a Marine mom, hoorah! I'll shout out for airspace to and from the Black Sea and to the Ukraine. Stop. This despite the fact that Turkey is supposedly a NATO member. But military flights are showing distinct patterns of invading Turk airspace. So like I said, I'll leave pictures of what I have at the end of this video, okay? Because I know you guys like to use references and stuff like that, so you can see what I'm talking about. But with shifting alliances now overtly taking place, this situation grows more dangerous by the day. But that's what happens. You know, I don't even have to explain it. You guys know, because a lot of you guys come from military families or you're in the military, so you know what I'm talking about. Okay. Now, I want you to, you know, just keep your eyes and ears open. You know, watch this situation carefully because we don't know where this is going to turn. You know what I mean? So just stay prepped up as much as you possibly can. All right, that's really all I can say. All right. But anyway, I love you guys. I'll see you in the next one. Stay safe. Stay positive. Keep prepping. And as always, fear less.